Welcome to Webster University, the undefeated Gorloks playing host to Fontbonne. This is the SLIAC Tournament Championship semifinals. I'm Colin Surrey alongside Ashley Wright. We've got Tim Miller, the owner of College Cast, in production with us, and Kyle on the camera. Ashley already saw a really good semifinal before this one. Westminster awaits the winner of this one in the championship. This Webster team has just been unbelievable this season, 25-0. They went 25-0 2 years ago. They've done it again this year, and they are seeking out yet another tournament championship.
Yeah, this team has just been on a tear. They're outscoring opponents on the season 85-55. That lets you know how great they are, not only offensively, but on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, no question. 85 points, one of the best in the entire country, and a number of great scorers that they can turn to. 4 different players averaging 12 points or more on this Webster University team. On the other side for Fontbonne, they dropped 2 contests to this Webster team, but they are coming off of a huge confidence-building win against a Greenville team that was 13-5 in the SLIAC in the regular season. So the Griffins have to feel like they can make some noise, even against one of the best teams in the entire country.
Absolutely, and they were led by Hannah Myers, who dropped 20 points in that win against Greenville. Fontbonne has a lot of momentum coming into tonight's contest, so the Gorloks cannot think this will be an easy feat.
Are you going to get some of that?
Get right to the starting lineups here as they are announced on the floor. Fontbonne comes in with a record of 7-19, 6-12 in SLIAC play coming into this tournament championship. Webster, as we told you, an undefeated 25-0, 18-0 in SLIAC play. They are led by Jordan Olafson in his 16th year, nearing 300 wins, 272 of them. Starters for the Griffins announced first. Jamise Bailey, a 5'7 junior from right here in St. Louis, actually went to Webster Groves High School, going up against Webster University. They'll go starters for each side alternating. So for Webster U, that was Nissa Gilchrist, the junior from Youngstown, Ohio, 20 minutes, 6 points a game for her. For Fontbonne, wearing the 10 jersey, Kyle Harbor, a 5'7 senior from Sullivan, Missouri, 29 minutes a game, a 35% three-point shooter. Julie Baudendistel, one of the best scorers and players in this entire league, the 5'10 graduate guard/forward, went to Lindbergh High School here in St. Louis, 16 points a game to lead the team. Hannah Myers, you heard Ashley talk about the 5'6" sophomore, another local product that went to St. Charles West. Jordan Grimes, a 5'6 senior guard, a Zumwalt North product, another St. Louis player. 65 steals on the year for Jordan Grimes, something this Webster team does so well. Riley Pickett for Fontbonne, the 5'6 senior guard/forward from Greenville, Illinois. 29 minutes a game. She is a 77% free throw shooter. For Webster, Bethany Lancaster, a 6'1 senior forward from Buffalo, Missouri. 13 points, 7 rebounds a game, leads the team for Webster. Final starter for Fontbonne is Amaya Earls, wearing the 32 jersey. The 5'9 senior forward is from St. Louis Lutheran North product, a part of the all-sportsmanship team here in the SLIAC. And the final starter for Webster is Kate Rolfus. The 5'6 senior guard is from St. Charles, Missouri, and many may recognize that last name. Her dad is the legendary coach at Incarnate Word, a powerhouse program not only here in the area, but nationally. So the stage is set between these two teams. Fontbonne trying to do the unthinkable and hand Webster their first loss of the season. The Gorloks wearing the white jerseys, Fontbonne in the dark unis. Before we can get going, Hannah Myers tying that shoe up. Lancaster set to jump it with Riley Pickett. Lancaster taps it up to Baudendistel. This is Grimes giving to Baudendistel. Double team waiting, and it's a steal. Great read there by Amaya Earls.
Yeah, immediately coming out, Fontbonne electing to go man-to-man defense. Great hands by Earl.
Quick trigger from 3, and it goes down. Hannah Myers riding that hot hand.
Just picking up where she left off. That's too much space for Myers. She'll make you pay each time from beyond the arc.
She has made 27 threes now on the year. Got her own miss, but the second one won't go either for Pickett. And a third chance misses as well. Loose ball. It will be Fontbonne basketball. So a great start here for the Griffins. A couple of stops and already 3 on the board. A chance to add to it.
Looks like they'll change the possession.
Oh, interesting. Got to commend the job that head coach for Fontbonne, Michael Fitzgerald, has done with this team. They are without what had been one of their best players on the year, Mallory Ronshausen. The 5'6" junior had 16 points per game in 7 starts this year, and without her, they were still able to take down Greenville. Inbounding from the corner, Gilchrist. 15 to shoot. Rolfus took a look at the rim and turned it over. Griffins force a couple of turnovers. They average 17 forced a game. Jamice Bailey double team, looking for a cutter. And Webster, who averages 32 forced turnovers a game. Baudendistel comes away with it. Gilchrist with 10 to shoot. Back to Baudendistel. She'll drive it, slicing through the lane to lay it in.
This great rotation there by the Griffins, but Baudendistel able to split the D. Good patience on the drive.
And that allows the press to be sent up by the Gorlocks. Plus 16 on turnover margin on the year. That is how they get it done, and that's how they take their first lead of the game.
They play team basketball so well, creating turnovers and sharing the ball for an easy 2.
Denying Jamice Bailey of the basketball initially. Tons of contact, no whistle. And it's going back Webster's way.
And that was great defense by Lancaster down low just to stay straight up. So many bigs would get that foul called on them in that sequence, but Lancaster playing smart D.
And that's what makes the press defense for Webster work, is that they can do it while maintaining discipline. If you get into early foul trouble, it affects how aggressive you can be with this style of basketball. Another nice drive, left-handed attempt off the mark from Gilchrist, but she will shoot 2 at the line. 70% as a team for Webster. However, Gilchrist only 59% on the year. Gilchrist named to the all-defense team inside the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference this year. Second one rolls out, and the rebound for Hannah Myers. 5 boards a game, second on the team, and then draws the foul.
I think they'll get Baudendistel with the body, not able to quite move her feet coming up the floor.
Myers has a personal foul for Fontbonne, and now the first picked up for Webster. It belongs to Baudendistel, and if she gets into foul trouble, that would be huge for Fontbonne if they could neutralize one of the best scorers. You can see why it would be huge. That baseline finish, really, really high level. Earls cut off. Tough pass and a turnover.
The Gorlocks are just overwhelming defensively. They smother you and play the passing lanes. It's kind of hard to even pass out of a trap against this lengthy team.
4 turnovers for Fontbonne. Webster has turned it over twice. They do average 16 a game, but it's what they do to opponents that makes them so incredibly effective. Drive from Grimes, gives it up. Rolfus will pull from 3. Too strong, long rebound. Grimes bought in distal, missed it close. Got her own, flips it back up, no call, and turned back over. Webster has another chance at it. Olafson calls out the play from the sideline, and Rolfus organizes. Into the lane, Grimes missed it with a left offensive rebound. Lancaster couldn't get it, and a foul going against the Gorlocks.
Looks like that'll be on Lancaster, trying to clean up that miss, not able to establish position.
Bethany Lancaster comes into this game 48 points away from 1,000 for her career. A first-team All-SLIAC member this season. 13 career double-doubles. What a career it's been for Bethany Lancaster, and she's not done yet. Good job just to get it across midcourt, and now a foul given. So we talked about that aspect of playing this pressuring defense and doing it without fouling. That is now 4 team fouls, I believe, here. No, excuse me, 3 on Webster.
It's not easy playing such aggressive defense without committing fouls, but the Gorlocks will have to keep an eye on that as we get toward the end of this game. And another turnover caused by the Gorlocks. Good finish there by Jordan Grimes.
That was a tremendous play. The senior, over 160 steals in her career. Made a great play right there. This is Beamer for Fontbonne. Had it deflected off the back side of the backboard. It will stay Griffin's ball.
It's amazing how fast this Gorlocks team can even recover out of a double team. The rotation is immaculate. You could see why defensively they're so sound.
Three-pointer is nothing but net. Jamise Bailey, 31% from downtown. Fontbonne loves the three-point shot. They average over 30 attempts a game from downtown. Almost half their shots come from the outside. 3-point lead in the ball for Webster as Rolfus dribbles through traffic. Went through her fingertips of her teammates' hands. Got it right back. 5 to shoot. Rolfus got to go here through a double team. Forces it. Nice defensive possession by Fontbonne. Bailey with the crossover and finish. Jamise Bailey.
Good play there by Bailey to split the D. Once she's downhill, it's kind of hard to stop her, and we saw an example of that there on the last play.
She has been nearly unstoppable these last 2 years for Fontbonne. 801 points. She's done almost all of that damage in 2 years. Nice finish at the other end for Webster. They have the answer in a 3-point lead. Bailey rejected by Lancaster. And a timeout on the floor. Bethany Lancaster's 23rd block, all defense member in the SLIAC, proving a point. So good start to this one. And Fontbonne proving that they are here to stay in this game early on. They've only gotten 4 shot attempts off, but they've made 3 of them. Webster has gone 5 of 14 from the floor. It's 6 turnovers to 2, creating those extra possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. To go 3 of 4 from the floor and only be down 3 points. If you're Fontbonne, you feel like you're in great position right now early on in this matchup, and anything can happen throughout the course of this game. So a great job by the Griffins, kind of, like you said, riding the momentum of that big win in Greenville.
And we talked about Fontbonne loving that 3-point shot. 28% from downtown on the year. Webster shoots it at a 32% clip. Fontbonne has made their first 2 shots from deep. Myers hit a 3-pointer. Jamise Bailey has a 3 as well. And we've seen Jamise's ability to get into the lane. If she can continue to draw fouls like we've talked about, maybe that keeps Webster from being as aggressive as they'd like to.
Yeah, absolutely. Bailey does a great job of not only stretching her game, but getting deep into the paint as well. It makes it hard to truly defend her, and that can be an asset for Fontbonne offensively.
Riley Pickett inbounding from the baseline into Bailey. Just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. First action for Hallie Becker in the game. This is Beamer driving into a double team. Turnover. Good job by Emily Wilson, 6th Woman of the Year in the conference, picking up the steal, her 24th of the year. Down low, Bauden Distel could not get it, and the rebound for the newly entered Becker. Beamer open for three. First miss of the game from deep for Fontbonne. Rebound for Claire Williams. Williams gives it up to Gilchrist. Down low, Wilson could not save it.
Now Fontbonne creating turnovers of their own. And let's see what they're able to do. The Gorlocks still in that press.
Get the ball into Kaya Harbor. She works it up the sideline and across midcourt. Beamer will try again. That one off the mark as well. And now Gilchrist will lead the break. 1 versus 3. Foul. Look at the speed and athleticism as Gilchrist, even without numbers, able to create.
Yeah, great job by Gilchrist. Going up strong despite the foul as well. But, man, the courage you have to even go up with that with 3 black jerseys surrounding you.
It's a Webster team. Told you 70% from the free throw line. Very good. That aids in that effort of 85 points per game. And Gilchrist, her second trip to the line. She's got 2 points, 2 boards now. Give her 3 in the game and a 5-point lead for Webster with 3:22 to go here in the first quarter. Press is set up and a foul given. Mariana Brick is going to pick this one up. Team foul number 4. Next one will put Fontbonne to the free throw line. Beamer had trouble handling that one, but just got it away to Bailey. Jamise got a little bit sped up. Pickett to the outside. Extra pass. Good shot fake. In close. Doesn't get the roll. And the rebound, Bauden Distel.
Just a little extra ball movement on the offensive end will go a long way for the Griffins. The Gorlocks were out of place. There were about 3 white jerseys in the paint. Someone was open.
Got to praise the rotations from the Griffins. What a seal and pass. The delivery from Stannard. 2 dimes a game off the bench in just 14 minutes. And the finish for Emily Wilson. Wilson averages 13 points and 5 rebounds off the bench for Webster. Bailey from way downtown airballed it. Right there to save it underneath Pickett. Fouled on her way back up.
I think that they'll give Bauden Distel again.
That is huge. 2 personal fouls in the opening quarter for Bauden Distel. No, they give that actually to Emily Wilson, so that's a break for Webster. Bauden Distel to the bench anyway. Good start for her. 6 points to lead all players. First free throw from Riley Pickett off the mark. A rare miss for the 77% free throw shooter. So Fontbonne's got a player from Greenville, another SLIAC member in Riley Pickett. And then Jamise Bailey is a Webster Groves native taking on Webster here tonight.
A lot of connections going on in tonight's matchup.
Love all the ties here within the SLIAC, something that makes this conference so much fun. High post feed, good hands to corral it and then draw the foul. Bethany Lancaster just never sped up, never panicked in a tough situation.
Yeah, one thing I like that the Gorlocks is doing right now, they have both Wilson and Lancaster in the game. That gives them a sizable advantage down low, and it's going their way right now with Lancaster taking a trip to the line.
Lancaster at 6'1", hits the first free throw, a 69% shooter on the season from the line. You mentioned that size differential. At 6'1", out of all of the starters for Fontbonne in this game, Amaya Earls the tallest at 5'9". That's 4 inches shorter than what we've seen from Lancaster, and it's not, your typical big bruising 6'1". She's athletic and really quick with her feet, versatile defensively.
Absolutely, and that's what makes her so dangerous for this Gorloks team.
So you're defending on the perimeter here. Bailey for Fontbonne had it intercepted, reading the route. Stannard loose on the break, feeds it in the finish at the rim. Well done there by Claire Williams. And just like that, Webster has opened up a double-digit lead in the opening quarter.
Good cut by Bailey.
Found Bailey, but she missed the lay-in, going a little too quick. Webster has the momentum right now. High-low, Lancaster missed it, got her own, and finishes at the rim, gives a little too small there at the end, pointing to that size differential. Wow, good feet ahead. Myers wants another three. Give it to her.
Much needed for the Griffins as this first quarter inches to a close.
Hannah Myers, just a sophomore, got a really bright future ahead here at Fontbonne. It's bright today, 6 points on 2 of 2 from the outside. 13 to shoot. Slicing through the lane, too strong off the window that time, and the rebound for Fontbonne. Here comes Bailey into the lane, forcing her way inside. Another close range miss. Shot clock off. Lancaster down to Wilson, fouled. Myers going to pick this one up with 12 seconds left in the quarter.
And you don't have too many post players that's able to pass the ball as well as Lancaster either. Just the vision that she has and how she's able to facilitate this Gorloks offense is yet another asset to her game offensively.
So it's Emily Wilson at the free throw line. She has made 3 starts this year, playing in her 25th game. Rims out the first free throw. How about this? Came in 86% from the line, 83 of 97. So it's not one of those small sample size 86%. It's she gets there often and does serious damage. Splits the pair this time. Picked up the pivot that time. A travel called on Kamori Cornelius, the Kirkwood High School product. And now with 7 seconds, Webster can add to their 10-point lead. Williams. Stannard gave it up. Rolfus at the buzzer, off the mark. And we will head to the second quarter with Webster holding a 22-12 lead after 1 quarter of play. Fontbonne, after the hot start, shooting just 33% in the first half, 4 of 12 from the floor. They actually went 1 of 6 from inside the arc, but 3 of 6 from the outside. So good three-point shooting, 50%, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Webster only 38%, but 8 of 21 from the floor. They generated 9 more shots than Fontbonne did. 0 for 2 from the free throw line and 6 of 8 from the free throw strike. 13-9 rebounding in favor of Webster. 7 steals for Webster led to 9 Fontbonne turnovers, only 3 turnovers for Webster. So what we talk about, their bread and butter, they're making a difference in that category early on. Leading scorer for Fontbonne is Hannah Myers with 6, and Bauden Distel has 2 steals and 6 points from Webster in the first quarter. And what you would expect from the most dominant team in the league, a really dominant performance here in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, the difference maker being the forced turnovers by the Gorloks and the way that they're able to capitalize on those extra possessions. You almost have to play a perfect game against a perfect team that comes in undefeated in this semifinals matchup. But great job by the Griffins, able to weather the storm. Being down 10 points isn't a big thing when you're able to shoot the ball like the Griffins. So we'll see what they're able to do coming into the second quarter. And if they can have the start that they had to this game, they can chip into this lead.
No question about it. So much history in this matchup between these two teams. The Gorlocks actually trail Fontbonne in the overall series 33-45. Gorlocks have won 9 straight, though, in the series, and also 15 out of 16. And they've got this commanding lead to open up the second quarter here. Jordan Olafson asking for confirmation on that call. It's going to be Fontbonne basketball with Brianna Beamer, the Rush Hill, Missouri native, inbounding. Earls bumped by Lancaster. And that's 2 on Bethany Lancaster.
And that could be the key for the Griffins, playing into the body of this Webster team. They play such an aggressive defensive set. You just kind of want to catch them off guard and get them in foul trouble.
McKaylee Hopkins has the basketball in her hands right now. A really good slasher who played at Ladue High School here locally. She's a player that could draw some fouls. Earl's got a good look from 3. Almost got the roll, but the rebound comes down to Bauden Distel. She averages 4 a game. She's got 6 points, 3 boards in this one early on. A little bit stagnant here from Webster, trying to go high-low. Earls knocks it away.
Great job by Earl staying in front of her man, and Bailey no good on the attempt, but a great job by Earls not allowing her man to get position on that turnover.
Aggressive shot from Bailey. She started off red hot. She's now only 2 of 8 from the floor. She has made 1 3. And a tie-up called there. A lot of contact, but driving into the double team, Kamori Cornelius did a good job to get 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah, this game remains physical, but it's almost what you want in a postseason matchup between 2 bitter rivals.
Yeah, love the energy that we have here at Webster University. Bauden Distel spinning off of contact and kissing it home.
That's almost unfair. 3 black jerseys draped around Bauden Distel down low, and she's still able to make away.
Bailey trying to get everyone organized. Here's Hopkins feeding the post. Earls back out. Hopkins, tough finish, couldn't get it. Ooh, looked like that might have been a foul on Wilson. Instead, it will stay Fontbonne basketball. They will inbound from right underneath the basket. Fontbonne yet to score in this second quarter. Hopkins can't find anywhere to go, just got it in time. Ten seconds on the clock here for the Griffins.
Gorlocks playing wide defense. It's making it hard to even pass the ball. Double dribble call. Good job by the Gorlocks. Staying put, using their feet, and communicating. It's loud down there on the floor. That makes all the difference on the defensive side.
So not only Webster, we talk about forcing 32 turnovers a game, and you might think, oh, well, they're all just about the press. No, they can sit down in the half court and be effective like we just saw on that possession as well. A complete Webster team. That is how you get to 25-0. Bauden Distel, floater along the baseline, no good. Wilson on the offensive glass. Batted around. Earls comes away with it for Fontbonne. Bailey will try another from deep. That one's way off. Bauden Distel has 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals.
Looks like the Griffins are now in a 2-3 zone.
Might not be a bad plan to see if you can force Webster to the outside and make them take some outside shots. There's a long 2, but it goes down. maybe not the answer. Jordan Grimes proving that she can shoot it. 7 points a game for her. And it's the efficiency of this Webster team. Grimes shoots 51%. As a squad, 47% on the year for Webster. Just so difficult to deal with when they're constantly scoring and setting up this difficult defense. Wilson the rebound, outlet to Rolfus. Long strides, couldn't finish. Webster wanted the call but won't get it. Bailey gives to Myers. She's had the hot shot from the outside. Give her 9 points on 3 of 3 from the outside now, in a timeout from Webster. Hannah Myers is keeping the Griffins within striking distance.
It's getting a little heated on that Gorlock sideline heading into the timeout.
Yeah, Jordan Olafson not too pleased about something over there. He's the all-time wins leader here at Webster. Told you, quickly approaching 300 wins and not picking up any losses in the process. He is a Jefferson City native from the middle of the state of Missouri, played at Helias Catholic and then collegiately at Missouri Valley College and Ashford University. And when you look across this conference, Ashley, so many longtime head coaches, the legacy and foundation that has been built here is really impressive, particularly at Webster.
Yeah, and that feeds into the rivalries that goes on in this conference too. These coaches have been going head to head for so long. They just want to keep one-upping each other. And it's beautiful how it translates to their teams and how the play on the floor is just so intense.
And it's so much fun, too, calling out these different local high schools where everyone played at. We talked a little bit about Kate Rolfus, who has played for her dad, who is a legendary coach at Incarnate Word, as she has the ball right now. And these players grew up playing against each other, whether it be on the summer circuit, in those high school matchups, even before then, and then here to play on this stage. Really special to think about all those memories and all of those situations that they've been in against one another. Foul given down low. Bailey didn't like it, but a good job by Emily Wilson utilizing that shot fake to draw the whistle.
Yeah, her and Bethany Lancaster, the way that they are able to just get to the moves that they have in their bag, it's just almost at will once they get that entry pass, how they're able to score or make a way to get to the line.
And I think Fontbonne is going to need to put a little bit more pressure on the perimeter. Talked about, with that zone defense, trying to pack it in down low maybe a little bit. Right now those entry passes have been a little bit too easy. They have been right on point. It's not even as if, Wilson is wide open down there. It's been really great passes.
It has.
She converts both at the line. Now a 13-point Gorlock's lead. Almost to the midway point of the second quarter. Drive and dish here. Bailey looking to create. Earls back out with it. Excellent ball movement, and it leads to a wide open three Harbor.
That's the difference, Colin. When they're playing defense so wide, you have to move the ball and rotate. That's how you shift the defense and get them off balance, and wide open threes like that in the corner.
Able to reverse the basketball, get it over to the weak side, and then come back to Kaya Harbor, who started the great ball movement and gets rewarded with the three-point shot. Now a deflection, Myers into the backcourt, and the referee blew the whistle. That should be an inadvertent whistle. I think the near side referee is going to let her know, but I believe it will be a jump ball, and we'll go back to Fontbonne then. Oh. They're actually going to give the ball to Webster. I'm not sure how you can do that here with 6 seconds left. I mean, probably the correct outcome, but I'm not sure that's what the rule is. Wilson up to Bodden-Distel with 2 seconds off the window, makes it pay.
That was almost a press break inbounds play from the sideline there.
Yeah, interesting choice from Fontbonne to put some pressure on Harbor again, this time off front iron. And Bodden-Distel there to clear it. 8.6 rebounds now for Bodden-Distel, on her way to a double-double.
In the first half.
Yeah, no joke. 4 minutes, 40 seconds still to go. Wilson going to her bag, but this one won't go down. Bailey up ahead, Harbor skips it. That was a great pass. Myers off back iron though, Baudendistel the rebound. But again, that was the initial pass that they needed that great ball movement to follow.
Exactly.
Look at that entry feed for Wilson. Back out to Rolfus. Into the paint. Off the window and down hard off the glass.
Beautiful floater there. After the hesitation, the pump fake from beyond the arc to get her free.
Rolfus, 12 points a game. I mean, you want to talk about a winner. She's gone 74-5 here at Webster in 3 years. At Incarnate Word, she went 112-15 with 3 state titles, almost 200 wins in her career.
That sounds made up. That's how amazing that is. 100-plus wins in high school and 3 titles to show for it. That's just a winning pedigree.
And, you know, not a player that goes out and drops 25 points per game, but just knows what it takes, has been around that winning culture, and it just spreads and rubs off on everyone else on this Webster team. A miss in close there. Now a turnover. Rolfus fires for Baudendistel. Certainly looked like a foul, no call, and it will go back the way of the Griffins.
Looked like the ball was knocked out too by the Griffins, but oh wow.
Ball don't lie. The steal and finish, Claire Williams, 56 steals on the year, only 5 points per game, but her defense leads to offense here. Webster nearly doubling up Fontbonne now. Beamer will hoist. In and out. Baudendistel is going crazy. 10 points, 8 boards.
Yeah, it's amazing. She's almost like a magnet for the ball when it comes to crashing the glass.
She's double figures in all but one game this year. Give her 12 now on the night. We aren't even to halftime.
Almost a 20-point lead for the Gorlocks, and Bethany Lancaster hasn't even played a lot. She's in foul trouble. Another turnover caused by the Gorlocks.
Rolfus takes it to the rack. 4 points for Kate, and Webster is running away with it, up 20 in the first half. Open look for 3. Too much on that one from Riley Pickett. And right now these quick shots are leading to Webster's momentum.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Colin. The early shots is just more possessions for the Gorlocks.
And not allowing themselves to get into good offensive rebounding position either. Gorlocks slow it down a bit here. 8 seconds to shoot as Grimes calls out the play. Rolfus got to make something happen with 2 on the clock. Got it up on the rim, and that allows for the offensive rebound. 3-pointer off back iron, no good from Williams. And now an opportunity for Fontbonne on the fast break. Beamer lines it up. Another one rattles out on her. Offensive rebound, though. Pickett got it out to Bailey. Shot clock already at 10 here. Harbor got a lane. Fouled by Baudendistel.
She can't believe it, but she was late on the rotation and came down hard. That's what caused the foul. And now a trip to the line for the Griffins.
Julie Baudendistel picking up her second personal foul. Lancaster has been on the bench with 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks in 8 minutes of play. Baudendistel, 12 points, 8 rebounds as she takes a seat. And it's Harbor at the free throw line. Sullivan, Missouri native, 8 points a game, 70% free throw shooter. Had a season high against Webster earlier this year. 20 points, knocked down 6 triples in that game. They would love some more of that three-point shooting in this one. They're likely going to need it to get back in this one. Timeout called by Fontbonne. Down 38 to 19 here. 1:11 left to go in the first half. Should be 38-20. There it is. And how about this Webster team? You know, you look at that 85 points per game. We've talked about how efficient they are on the offensive end, but forcing those steals, even when Fontbonne does get the possession and they have a chance to get a shot off, shooting just 23% in this game. Again, it's the versatility, it's the completeness of this Gorloks team on that end of the floor that is so impressive.
It is, and they do a great job of making opposing teams feel like they have to rush and get back into games. So that causes rush shots, and we've seen the Griffins throw up some threes early in the shot clock, and that's just more possessions for the Gorloks to do what they need to do to have a sizable lead and come out with a win.
Talk about some of those winning qualities that Webster possesses, and Kate Rolfus and so many other players on this program that come from winning programs in their prep days. It's the body language. It's the way they react to certain negative things that happen on the floor. It's the way they do the little things, boxing out, cutting hard, communication on defense, all those things leading to what a dominant squad we see here tonight.
Dare I say, it's a very professional approach to the game by the Gorloks.
That's an excellent way to put it. Under 30 to go. Harbor lets fly. It's an air ball. Just a swarming defensive possession by the Gorloks. And even that three-point shot has gone away now for Fontbonne in the second quarter after going 3 of 6 in the first quarter. They have shot at just 2 of 12 here in the second. Shot clock turned off. Webster, a chance to make it a 20-point lead again. Gilchrist, extra pass, 3, Stannard missed it. Wilson got it at the buzzer.
It's just a testament to her game. It's only fitting. She's so great at that cleanup job and just putting it back up and getting the easy 2 before halftime.
Emily Wilson, the Quincy, Illinois native, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in the first half. Webster takes a 40-20 lead into the break. We'll step aside here when we come back, give you some stats from that first half, recap what we saw, and get you set for the second right here on collegecast.com. Just a few minutes away from the start of the second half here at Webster University. The Gorlocks lead it 40-20 over Fontbonne. If Webster can hang on in this one, they will take on Westminster in the championship game. I'm Colin Surrey, back alongside you with Ashley Wright. Ashley, in that first half, good three-point shooting from Hannah Meyer. She hit 3 triples, had 9 points for Fontbonne, but just too much Julie Bawden-Distel, and the collective team defense from Webster is a thing to behold.
Yeah, absolutely. They're forcing the Griffins to rush their shots. They're shooting early in the shot clock, much to the point that you and I were making earlier. But the way that the Gorlocks are playing defensively, they're out wide, they're playing the passing lanes, and they're just putting a lot of pressure on Fontbonne, forcing them to rush their shots. They're not able to slash the lanes and get to the hoop. And the Gorlocks just playing sound basketball all around.
Webster averages 17 steals a game on the season. They have 11 already in this game. 3 steals for Jordan Grimes in the first half. Bawden-Distel, Rolfus, and Williams all added 2 in that first half. Julie Bawden-Distel has been a huge story of this game. 12 points, 8 rebounds. That's already double her season average in the rebounding department. But Bawden-Distel is now 14 points away from the all-time scoring lead at Webster University. 26 came into this game, 26 away from Angie Carr. She's, oh, by the way, also 4th all-time in steals. So just an incredible career, and looks like she will be that new record holder, whether it's tonight or in that championship game. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, you know it's solidified. I mean, she dropped double-digit points in that first half, so we know that she's able to score. Honestly, it'd probably be shocking if she didn't get the record here tonight. But save the dramatics for the finals. I wouldn't be mad at her.
Yeah, no question. Might add a little extra drama to everything going on. But for Julie, she might just want to get that out of the way right now. Why not just have a huge third quarter, not have to play in the fourth, get it out of the way, and then your sole focus can be on that championship. Webster has won 5 consecutive regular season titles. They're going for a 3rd straight tournament championship as well this season. Long range miss there from Fontbonne. They're going to need some of those 3-pointers to start falling. Their percentage down to 25, and we've got a shot clock issue as it never reset when the possession changed. Rolfus will come over to inbound. Rolfus played her freshman year at Maryville University, D2, here locally at Town and Country in the St. Louis area, and has had a tremendous career at Webster since then. 3rd team All-SLIAC this year. Here's Lancaster, limited to foul trouble in the first half. Great job to step through the double team, but a miss in close. Another rebound. Bawden-Distel too strong.
Earls got caught going for the steal, and Bawden-Distel fighting through it, but the Griffins electing to stay in that 2-3 zone defensively.
During the regular season, Bawden-Distel had 15 points and 12 points against Fontbonne. Look at that rebound by Lancaster. Rolfus looking Lancaster's way over the top of the defense. Off the glass, no good. Tapped out to Bawden-Distel for 3, too much. Lancaster again on the glass, slicing to the rim. Give her the bucket, and she'll have a chance for 3.
That's late rotation by Earls, and she knows it. She tapped her chest and let her teammates know that was on her. But great job by Lancaster, just so strong. It doesn't matter where she is on the floor, the way she's able to get her shots up.
Hard to believe the size and athleticism as Lancaster rolls home the 3-point play. That on the year they are on average -2 in rebound margin. All of the stats are so incredible for this Webster team, but they are out rebounding Fontbonne 32-19, nearly an over and back there. Bailey straight on three goes down. She hit one early on and then went a little bit cold. She's got 8 points now in the game after that triple.
One thing about it, if her shot isn't going down, her confidence is not shaken, and that's what you like in a shooter. Great job by Bailey knocking down that jump shot.
Junior leader, over 100 steals in just 2 seasons, gets it done on both ends. Lancaster trapped under the bucket. Earls has the miss. Nice outlet pass, and now numbers for Fontbonne. Got to go here. Myers, surprised she was hesitant initially after hitting 3 3-pointers in the first half.
That's not the shot you want, though, when you have a 3-on-2 possession.
Rather get that good look at the rim. A miss at the other end by Gilchrist. And there's Myers. Bailey, hesitation. Blocked by Lancaster from behind.
The recovery, her length is just such an amazing advantage. Able to recover and get the block down low.
3 blocks in the game for Lancaster. 2-time player of the week. A really long 3 from Bailey, left short. Loose ball run down by Gilchrist. And let's see if they try to feed Baudendistel. Rolfus does do it. Baudendistel skips. Grimes with 10 to shoot, pulls up in the lane. Baudendistel will take the 3 and drill it. She's got 17 and 10, a double-double, and plenty of time left in the game. A turnover gives it right back to the Gorlocks.
She's playing like a woman that wants a record. That's what she's playing like. The confidence in that jump shot is just, it tells you what's on the line for her tonight. That was amazing, just to be able to step in after that catch and shoot 3.
Update that countdown board at home. 9 points away now for Baudendistel. Rolfus shot fake drive, floater off the glass. That time it wouldn't drop. A little less backspin on the one that she made earlier, on that one compared to the one earlier. Pass deflected. Jordan Grimes showing why she already has 3 steals. So good at reading the mind of that passer. Wow, what a move. But again, a miss in close by Bailey. She's had a few drives today where she's gotten exactly what she wanted, just hasn't quite had that finishing touch.
Yeah, she's leaving it short on a lot of her attempts close to the rim. If she can get it up a little higher, she'll be able to get the easy 2. Good move by Grimes on the baseline, but the rebound by Lancaster, even better. She got sky high for that.
How about this line from Lancaster now? 9 points, 8 boards, 3 rejections so far tonight. Baudendistel strips it. She wants the bucket. Couldn't finish, got it back, and wow, that looked like an intentional foul.
It did. That's almost the attempt you have to have in order to get her to not score. You've got to bear hug her and keep her on the ground.
And they will at least rule it in the act of shooting.
I think it's on the floor, actually.
Okay.
Shocking.
Grimes misses the 18-footer. Rolfus, another chance from in close. Missed that as well. Pickett the rebound. Bailey with space. Attacks again and draws the foul against Rolfus. I love the competitiveness of Kate Rolfus. Mm-hmm. I mean, you would think that Webster is maybe losing 50-23 after that reaction she just gave on the foul. Every possession matters to Kate. Every little thing is something that she's going to be competitive about. Yeah. That's the kind of spirit that winning teams have.
Again, that winning pedigree, to your point, that's the spirit you need to be a team that goes 25-0 within the season. You're never satisfied.
Jamise Bailey into double figures now, 10 points, 3 rebounds after that pair of free throws, and now Baudendistel fouled along the sideline. 3 team fouls against Webster in this third quarter. First personal on Kaya Harbor. Lancaster gave it up. Williams lobs for Lancaster. What a catch and finish.
And the mistake there was Earl switching on that entry pass. You don't want to put your guard on Lancaster. That's almost a 100% easy bucket for her.
Been saying it all night. How about the touch from these guards? Claire Williams, just a soft touch to lay it in there. Such a catchable pass. It was a great catch, but again, all night long, really good stuff from these guards for the Gorlocks. Long rebound on the miss from Harbor. Bailey has it. Harbor drives and dishes, and getting her own miss. Another miss in close. Myers a third time couldn't get it, and finally cleared by Grimes. Bodendistel to the rack.
The screen by Lancaster down low is what you will not see in the stat sheet, but that is so important to get Bodendistel open. That is team basketball, and you cannot ask for better.
You can bet that'll get replayed in film with the team. Coaches might call that one a little screen assist on the bucket for Webster. Again, that team basketball, getting it done. Unselfish play. Harbor, cut off baseline. Excellent defense by Claire Williams. Now Earls with just 5 to shoot, and Lancaster a little too aggressive late in the clock.
And the competitiveness is something to speak about on Fontbonne's side, too. They're not shying away from the challenge that is climbing up this mountain of the point differential. They're still playing their game, and that's something you'd like to see.
3 minutes, 59 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Fontbonne has been limited to 1 of 10 shooting in this third quarter. The Webster defense has just been unbelievable tonight. And something that's really impressed me, too, from Webster, their effort on the glass. 17 offensive rebounds already in this game. Maybe not the best shooting night for Webster, but they've said, hey, it doesn't matter if we can't make it. We're going to clean up that miss, and just that relentless attitude has served them well tonight.
Yeah, when your game isn't working in one area, then you attack another area, and that's exactly what the Gorlocks are doing here tonight, and they've been rewarded with that.
Julie Bodendistel, 19 points, 12 rebounds in the game. Those 12 rebounds are the most she's had in any game this year by 4. 8 was her previous season high, playing like a woman possessed in this game.
Absolutely.
It's been a lot of fun to watch. From Julie Bodendistel, again, inching closer to that all-time record at Webster. You've got Bethany Lancaster approaching 1,000 points in her career. We talked about all the wins for Kate Rolfus in her career. Then you got Jordan Grimes, a steals specialist, nearing 200 steals in her career. I mean, the resumes on this Gorlocks team are unbelievable. It's a new career high in rebounding for Bodendistel. 10 was her previous high. Harbor slicing to the rim.
And you hear Olafson during that defensive possession yelling trap to the Gorlocks. So we'll see if the defensive pressure ramps up. Wow, great entry pass down low to Wilson. She's able to score the easy 2.
Was a great entry pass. They front the post again, and I thought Wilson actually got away with a little push off that time from Myers, but again, that size differential just making things difficult even with the front in the post. That stayed in forever. Felt like it had to go out of bounds. Eventually it does, and it will stay Webster ball.
Hope Pickett's okay. Someone
Excuse
literally
me, Fontbonne ball.
sat on her head trying to dive for the ball. Very physical game.
3:11 left to go in the third. Brianna Beamer. Only 10 seconds to shoot here. Earls, aggressive to the rim, double team awaits. 2 to shoot, Beamer got it off and knocks it down.
And she's feeling it. That could be everything that the Griffins needed to get some momentum.
Almost had the steal, a really effective press setup there. Open look for 3, but Webster will elect to run clock up by 26. Little high-low action. Wilson again in a flex after the finish.
They're just bigger down low. The Gorlocks are just emphasizing the fact that they have the size advantage, and that's the area that they'll attack in their game plan.
Wilson joins Lancaster and Baudendistel in double figures. A 3 from Amaya Earls, and a timeout called by Webster. Some exciting action here in these last couple of minutes in the third quarter. Stoppage in play. Webster holding Fontbonne to 23% shooting. Bailey in double figures for Fontbonne with 10 points, 4 rebounds. It has been the Baudendistel show, and I'll tell you what, Emily Wilson, her ability to post up and get those looks down low, draw that help from the weak side of the defense, opening up space on the floor all over the place for Webster.
Absolutely. They've been able to play their game from the inside out. Most of their points coming from inside of the arc, but just the complete game has given Fontbonne fits throughout this matchup, and they've just had a tough time staying in front of the Gorlocks.
Well, if you didn't believe what Ashley just told you, how is 38-2 in points in the paint? Webster just hammering it home down low. They have more points in the paint than Fontbonne has total in the game.
That's insane to think. Like, that is crazy. Let that set in. Everybody at home, let that set in. More points in the paint than your opponent has total. That's dominance.
Webster's been doing things like this all year long. They want that spot in the finals against Westminster and a chance to make it a perfect regular season going into postseason NCAA tournament play, almost certainly, you would think. Travel. Brick got going a little too quickly that time.
And that's great for Fontbonne coming out of the timeout that was called by the Gorlocks to stop the bleeding in the first place.
Griffins have made their last 3 shots from the field. Knocked out of there by Webster. It will stay Fontbonne ball. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. So we told you Webster has currently won 5 regular season championships in a row here in the SLIAC. Fontbonne actually holds the SLIAC record with 7 regular season championships. Myers has 4 threes in the game. That's where all 12 of her team leading points have come from. And a double dribble called on Illingworth in the backcourt. All of a sudden, Fontbonne with some momentum at the end of this quarter.
So a few threes and a few turnovers caused by Fontbonne, and now some life, some momentum.
4 of 7 from beyond the arc in the third quarter now for Fontbonne. Myers got past one, couldn't finish at the rim, and the rebound pulled down by Stannard. Taken right back by Beamer. Bailey into the lane. Beamer floats, left it short, and should be a tie up there. That is the call. And how about the crowd for Fontbonne right now? They're in this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love every second of it. There's a lot of intensity out there on the floor, some physicality, and neither team is backing down. What more could you ask for?
I love seeing the intensity also from the injured Mallory Ronshausen on the bench. Can't participate in the game, but she's giving every bit of energy to her team that she can. And by the way, I believe it's her sister that's on the coaching staff as well, a GA, Madeline Ronshausen, who was a phenomenal player here in this local area. She's the all-time scoring leader at Notre Dame High School in St. Louis. Went on to Rockhurst and became a top 5 scorer at the D2 level there, 1,599 points, and was 3-time All-GLVC for Rockhurst. So that's a great member of the coaching staff, and Fontbonne stays hot. Earls hits the 3. It's within 20.
Wow, what a swing for the Griffins, and they are feeling it on the floor. The confidence that they have now.
Fontbonne is winning the third quarter. A couple of misses close, and the rebound for Myers. Shot clock off at the end of the third. Bench for Webster, trying to provide some life themselves. Another Myers 3!
They are unconscious from beyond the arc in the third quarter. What a way to close that third quarter by Fontbonne.
Incredible. 58-42. Fontbonne feeling themselves as we go to the fourth. 6 made threes in the third quarter. We told you they like to take them. They're making them now. Can they stay hot in the fourth quarter is the question.
That's a question that they would want to answer with yes. But wow, the way that they came out in that third quarter is amazing. That momentum shift, you can't write it better. That was storybook for the Griffins. And man, if they can ride that hot hand, those hot hands coming into the fourth quarter, this could be a totally different game.
And how about the confidence of the sophomore out of St. Charles West, Hannah Myers, stepping up in a big game on a big stage. You know, you got 3 seniors that I'm not sure if they have eligibility left, if they're coming back for this Fontbonne team, in Kaya Harbor, Riley Pickett, and Amaya Earls. But if those 3 move on and it's Bailey and Myers returning, that could be a great potential 1-2 punch next year for this Griffins team to build around, especially if they get Mallory Ronshausen back from injury. So all of a sudden, the mood has shifted here at Webster University as we enter the fourth. Fontbonne has found themselves back in this game, and they've got the ball to start the fourth. Brianna Beamer inbounds. I'm Colin Surrey alongside Ashley Wright. Tim Miller in production alongside us, and we've got Kyle on the camera.
Oh, good hands by Bowden-Distel, none other than.
And it's worth noting that that run for Fontbonne came with Bowden-Distel on the bench at the end of that third quarter. She's back in the game, making an impact. She has 4 steals, 19 points, and a career-high 12 boards. Ball in her hands right now. Lancaster up top. Shot clock under 10. Bowden-Distel, the steal, and the lay-in.
It's unfair. She just doesn't give the defender a chance to attempt anything when it comes to disrupting her shot.
I mean, what a veteran play that was. Shot clock's running down. Sees that she has a size mismatch with that defender in the paint. Duck in, easy 2. I mean, that made it look way easier than it really is.
Absolutely.
Ball deflected on the perimeter. Got it back. Under 10 to shoot for the Griffins here. Earls, Bailey, long 3. Rainbow shot off the mark, and Bowden-Distel has a 13th rebound, 21 points. She is 6 away from the all-time record.
Monster double-double by Bowden-Distel with over 8 minutes left in this game.
Grimes into the paint. Lancaster took the handoff. Bowden-Distel 10 to shoot. No panic from this Webster team late in the clock. Lancaster fouled. You can just feel their energy on the floor when that shot clock gets under 10. It's almost like they get even cooler out there.
Yes, absolutely. Again, you took the words right out of my mouth. The way that they are just sound in their offensive set, and no panic, just let it develop and reward it with a trip to the line.
Lancaster at the free throw line. This is still an 18-point game with over 8 minutes to go. Lancaster last year had a 33-point game against these Fontbonne Griffins. Not quite as effective here tonight. Double team got it back, and Harbor just across the timeline with a second to spare. Open shooter is Pickett. Missed it right iron. Last touch by Webster.
There's a lot of open lanes, too, to the hoop after the ball movement by the Griffins. I like the three-point shots, but some of the drives can also put some pressure on the Gorloks.
Grimes with another steal. She's got 4 in the game. Gilchrist found a cutting Bodden Distel, but she missed it.
Haven't been able to say that too many times here tonight.
I mean, I had to pinch myself. I wasn't sure if I really saw that right at first. Fouled on a nice take there. Shot fake and drive. Riley Pickett earns herself 2 from the charity stripe with her team leading 77% on the year. Emily Wilson is going to come in for Lancaster. 11 points, 8 boards, 3 blocks for Bethany Lancaster in the game. Pickett got the roll. Fontbonne has not shot many free throws in this game, but when they've gotten there, they've been effective. 6 of 7 before this one, now 7 of 8. Little pressure from Fontbonne, but Webster sees this every day in practice. Wilson, floater in close.
Beautiful touch. You don't see that in many post players. Amazing touch there by Wilson around the rim.
And she's got the release of a guard. She got
does.
that off so quickly as well. You can't even think to defend it. It'll be Earls now with it. Skipping to Pickett, using that shot fake effectively again. Pass was errant, but touched last by Gilchrist. Will stay Fontbonne ball. .12 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Foul off the ball. Oh, they called that on Beamer?
Wow. Oh, wow.
Thought certainly Gilchrist was going to get called there.
Wow.
Instead, it goes the other way. That's a tough break for Fontbonne. Trying to fight back into this game. Grimes, no looker.
That's chemistry. That is chemistry.
Wilson always ready for the ball. Telepathic as they hook up for 2. Foul on the displacement here. Inbound from the baseline for Riley Pickett. Back to a 20-point lead for Webster. Fontbonne has got to start making something happen quick, and they've got to get going on the defensive end. How about Webster? You know, things all of a sudden, momentum on Fontbonne's side. They've come out in the fourth quarter, only allowed 2 points before that lay-in right there from Myers. Those are her first points inside the arc. She has a team-leading 17. Bailey the next closest with 10.
Looks like the Griffins are now in man-to-man defensively, coming out of that 2-3 zone, but it does not matter for Gilchrist. She'll take whoever to the cup.
6 points a game for the Youngstown, Ohio native. Wide open for 3. Got to have this. Harbor hits it. And a timeout called by Fontbonne.
Head coach Olafson is not happy with that three. He shook his head even after the timeout call.
And that's a tough one for Webster because, you know, they love to play that transition offense style, and sometimes when you have those numbers on offense and you score quickly, it provides that opportunity that we just saw the other way for Fontbonne. And we talked about some of those quick threes kind of working against them in the second quarter. They have made 1 out of 3 now here in the fourth. They made 6 in the third quarter on their way to outscoring Webster 22-18. We'll see if they can get it going again from deep, but Webster has been so efficient in this final quarter. They have made 80% of their shots, and that has been holding off this attack from Fontbonne.
Yeah, even with the big run by Fontbonne, the Gorloks still have a sizable lead here in tonight's matchup. And that's just a testament to the well-rounded game that they've been playing. They've been matching the momentum shift. It doesn't feel like it, but they've still been knocking down shots of their own.
And you love to see just the competitiveness. We've talked about it a lot for Webster, but you mentioned as well for Fontbonne, and the support that they've gotten from their crowd has been tremendous in this game. That's a travel. And, you know, even when they were trailing by as many as 29 points in that third quarter, they never let off the gas pedal, never stopped cheering for their team, and that energy has allowed them to stay in this. Here's Myers trying to take it to the rim, got that loose ball. Intercepted, Gilchrist, coast to coast, but couldn't lay it in, and then gives the foul. 3 team fouls on Webster with 5 minutes, 27 seconds left to play in the game. Fontbonne still hanging around, down 17.
Yeah, that was a frustration foul for sure after not being able to hit that layup. But she just came out of nowhere as if she were a safety in the back.
Haven't seen much scoring in this fourth quarter, but the pace has really been high. Saw our referee trying to catch her breath for a second there. Beamer, tough floater, might have had that partially blocked. Look at Wilson running the floor.
You gotta reward your big if they're able to run the floor like that. Great job by Wilson getting up the court.
Beamer, good find, extra pass, Harbor for 3, just missed it. And last touched by Fontbonne. Want to point out as well that we've got an all-female referee crew. How cool is it to see that here in this women's college basketball game at the highest level, and you've got these referees out here representing the sport in a great way. Rolfus representing the Gorloks in the way they always want to see. They lead it 70-49. Off the window, but it wouldn't fall for Beamer.
It's smart by these Gorloks guards, just slowing down the pace of this game. The clock is their friend at this point. Wilson, nice. You love to see the give and go. It's just smart basketball, high basketball IQ by a well-coached team, and it's beautiful to see.
So impressed by Emily Wilson tonight. We've seen her take advantage in the post when being fronted. We've seen her take advantage when being double-teamed with the defender behind her in the post. We've seen her run the floor in transition. We've seen her step out into the mid-range and face up and take a defender off the dribble. And we've seen her just the ability to feel when that defender is a little off balance, draw the foul, and then knock down her free throws once again here. And Webster well on their way to the championship game at this point, just over 4 minutes left.
Everything you just said, if you described that to me without telling me who that player was, I would think it was a guard doing all those things on the floor. Good look there by the Griffins, not able to cash in.
Baudendistel has 21 points and 14 rebounds in the game. She weaves through traffic and got called for a phantom carry. Three from Pickett. Off the mark. Earls has the offensive board. Bailey will try it and hit. Jamise Bailey has 13 points now. She's been a little quiet here in the second half.
Full court press by Fontbonne.
Applying some pressure. Look at the speed, though, of Jordan Grimes. Zumwalt North product at the free throw line. Driving into a double team. Good strength to keep the basketball. High arcing three, no good. And Baudendistel runs down the miss. She got a wide open lane, but missed the lay-in. Bailey, good job to avoid the contact. 3-on-1, no look pass. Harbor off the window and down.
Just like you draw it up in practice. That was a great facilitation there by Bailey to ensure the easy two.
Yeah, we saw Fontbonne settle for a three in that situation earlier. That time they attacked the rim. Baudendistel will pass it up. You could tell she wanted it. 10 to shoot now. Grimes getting wherever she wants on the floor. Wilson, oh, all the way down and out. That would have been an impossible finish. She was trapped all the way under the basket. Her athleticism continues to impress. Myers, rare miss from three.
She kind of rushed that shot. Wasn't able to truly gather the ball before going up for that attempt.
Yeah, that's a great point. And now Webster slows. Under 2 minutes to play, up by 18. You got to commend the effort here from Fontbonne as Grimes knifing her way to the rim. That was an impressive Euro step.
Yeah, between two, just kind of one step two and going up, taking a trip to the line. Nice move by Grimes.
Playing in her 86th career game here at Webster as Amaya Earls gets a huge hand from the crowd. The senior, a sportsmanship award winner for the Griffins this year in the SLIAC Conference. Had only made 4 starts before this year. Made her 25th start here in her senior year. Can be proud of the effort she put forth tonight as she fouls out. 6 points, 9 rebounds from Amaya Earls. Only averages 4 on the season. Again, great effort as Grimes hits the first. Tell you what, Jordan Grimes is the kind of player, 7 points per game. I mean, she could easily be a 15-point per game scorer. She's just on a team that has so many options. She doesn't need to be that type of player, but just plays within herself. Another winning basketball player, of course, on this Webster team.
Yeah, and although she's capable of that, it shows how unselfish she's willing to be in order to play team basketball.
8 points, 5 assists to lead the team, and 4 steals in the game. Beamer finds a cutting Pickett. It will stay Fontbonne ball. Want to give a huge shout out to those 3 seniors. We've already talked about Amaya Earls as it could be the final games of their career. Wild shot there from Bailey off the mark. Kaya Harbor, 79 starts and 84 games in her career here at Fontbonne. Over 600 points, 236 rebounds, 150 assists, nearly 100 steals. Kaya Harbor, the Sullivan, Missouri native, giving Fontbonne so many great games in her career. And Riley Pickett, also a senior, over 500 points, nearly 300 rebounds in her career as that goes down.
Good seal by Bailey.
Timeout here on the floor, 74-56. Webster in control. Julie Bawden-Distel, night of her life tonight. 21 points, 15 rebounds, 5 more than her previous career high, 4 steals, and she will be just 6 points away from that all-time record, it looks like, going into the championship game. So, you know, that matchup with Westminster, it took place early in the conference slate for Webster. So even though it was two 20-plus point wins, 22 points in both games, actually, to be exact, different teams, different time of the year, and we'll see if the Blue Jays can make this Webster team uncomfortable. You always wonder, a team that's been so dominant all year long, if you can put them in a position they haven't really been in yet, maybe they can feel that pressure in that championship game, but that will be a tall task with what we've seen here tonight. I mean, can't say enough about how impressive this Gorloks team is.
Yeah, it will be a big ask of the Blue Jays, but if anyone is up for the task, it is the Blue Jays, who are led by Annette Ramirez, and we saw the type of tear she went on today, so that'll be a very great game to see tomorrow.
Player of the year in the conference, I believe, for Westminster, so that's what Webster will await in the championship. And I want to commend the effort that these assistant coaches have done here at Webster as well. Lexi Hughes, who's from the Kansas City area, played at Bishop Miege in her prep days. And how about these names to learn from in her collegiate days? Kelly Harper over at Missouri State. Jackie Stiles was the assistant coach there when Lexi Hughes played. Kiera Rhines was previously a volunteer coach here at Webster University, has worked her way up, played at Webster from 2017 to 2021, and won the Iron Lock Award. That's strength and conditioning, so you know that she has that culture of working hard. And Angel Sadler, in her 15th year as the assistant coach here for Webster, a tremendous recruiter of the St. Louis area. Those St. Louis women get it done here for Webster, 74-58. They're headed to the championship against that Westminster team that we talked about. What a performance, Ashley.
Absolutely. I mean, could you ask for anything better in any facet of the game of this Gorloks team? I'm sure Coach Olafson can think of a few things, but up here, just watching the tear that they've been able to go on, they weathered the storm of that big run by Fontbonne, and they never swayed away from their own game. They were able to knock down shots of their own, play team basketball, move the ball, and just a great outing here by Webster.
Final stats in this one, the Gorloks shoot 41%, holding Fontbonne to 31 on the night. Fontbonne actually outshot Webster from three, 36% with 13 makes to just 1 of 8 for Webster, 13%, but that did not matter in the end. From the free throw line, Fontbonne was 88%, 7 of 8, and Webster made 13 of 17, that's 77%. They out-rebounded the Griffins, did the Gorloks 50-36, 19-0 boards in the game for Webster. 14 assists on 30 made shots, 14 assists on 19 made shots for Fontbonne. 20-11 in turnovers. Webster so good in that category once again here tonight. And individually, it was the Julie Bawden-Distel show. 21 points, 15 rebounds, 4 steals to lead the way for Webster. 19 from Wilson coming off the bench, showing why she was the 6th woman of the year. Another 11 for Bethany Lancaster to go along with 8 boards and 3 blocks. For Fontbonne, Myers and Bailey each had 17 points in this game. 7 boards, 5 assists for Pickett to go along with 3 points and another 12 points from Kaya Harbor. So again, Webster wins this one 74-58. They'll play Westminster in the championship game. Final thoughts on a really fun semifinals night, Ashley?
Just, again, amazing game by the Julie Bawden-Distel-led team. She set the tone, and they followed. You've gotten a lot of production from other players such as Lancaster and Grimes and Gilchrist, but just amazing all-around basketball game by the Gorloks. And how can I forget Emily Wilson, the game she was able to put together, too, coming off the bench as 6th Woman of the Year. So Just a good game, and I can't wait to see the game plan for tomorrow in the championship.
Tremendous team effort from a tremendous squad in Webster. Again, they win it here. Big thank you to Ashley Wright, my partner. Tim Miller in production and Kyle on the camera. I'm Colin Surrey saying so long for now from Webster, Missouri. It's been a lot of fun, everybody. Good night.